Dostoevsky wrote in The Idiot, my favorite of his books, through the main character, Prince Myshkin, that beauty will save the world. Красота спасет мир. These words, seemingly naive and ultimately, at least to me, profound. What do they mean to you? Beauty will save the world.
Naive? Really? I don't think they seem naive at all.
Well, Solzhenitsyn actually, for his 1970 Nobel Prize speech, talked about this line a lot. And he thought for most of his life that was a silly line. There was just words thrown out there because with all the suffering that's in the world, what has beauty actually ever done?
Oh my God, I hate this so much.
Talking trash about Solzhenitsyn.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
And this is perfectly sets up this theme. You know why I said let's do this episode, start the new year on a positive note, give people hope, give people joy. You and I both have friends who are models, right? And it's a silly profession to some extent, of course. But
you are actually a model.
You
are my friend.
That's right. That's true. I am an underwear model. I was trying to be subtle. But for those people who actually, deserve to be models, when you look at someone who is a model and in some of their photos, and these people look perfect. Now, in real life, they're not perfect. They have flaws. They'll be the first to admit it, so on and so forth. But when you look at beauty, it is almost impossible to maintain a sense of cynicism and hopelessness. Because if there's even one moment when some element of perfection has been actualized, if there's one moment where a beauty has been realized and captured, you can't say, well, it's never going to happen again. So I think beauty, it means hope. I hate that cynical idea of like, I appreciate Solzhenitsyn's broader point that a lot of times there's something called a deepity, where people throw words together to sound profound. And if you take it apart, like this is just complete gibberish. I don't think this is an example of that. I think beauty inspires, and more importantly, it proves to you this is something that can actually happen on this earth. Plato, right? The Platonic theory of forms, like this world is imperfect, but these perfect forms exist in another dimension, and that's where our concepts come from. He was an early person trying to figure out where our concepts come from, and epistemology and so on and so forth. But that is something that is real and here. So I completely disagree with his analysis of that. And I don't know if it'll save the world, but it's certainly a prerequisite. And what's the point of fighting for your values if you don't want to make the world a more beautiful place?
Well, it's also how you define beauty, because beauty could be just aesthetic beauty, it could be art. Of course, art could encompass a lot more than just literature and paintings. It can encompass the full life, the full dance of life. But then beauty could be something just deeper, like whatever that awe you feel when you pause and hear the music. Just hear and like look up at the stars. Like for some reason when I see rockets go up, for me it's like science. What is that? The awe that we're able to accomplish that as humans.
That's funny because there's lots of different schools of thought, like these people versus these people, and maybe vegans versus steakhouse people. I think in terms of the sciences, and I guess you and I would be on opposite sides here. Mm-hmm. You have the astronomy people versus the zoology people. Like the big question is, would you rather spend 10 minutes on the moon, or would you rather spend 10 minutes in the deep sea? And for me, it's clearly the deep sea. The zoology that's down there, there's something I would encourage people to look up called Deepstaria, which is a jellyfish. And the scientists, what's amazing when you watch these deep sea dives on YouTube is that the scientists they're nature dorks like everybody else. They went into this field, and there's none of this maybe Solzhenitsyn style cynicism of when they see an amazing animal in its natural environment, exhibiting these crazy behaviors, they lose it. They're on the mics like, oh my God. And like, it's so exciting to watch. So I'm not a rocket person, but I'm definitely a zoology person.
So animals and plants in the sea.
And also it's so mathematical. There's so many forms. There's this plant called Areospermum titanopsoides, I don't know how to pronounce it because they're always in Latin. You never hear them pronounced.
You said sperm.
Areospermum, yeah, because it's a woolly seed is the genus. The leaf, it's just always puts out one leaf,
Mhm.
but the leaf is covered in little magnifying glasses, lenses, to make it maximize the sunlight. So it looks like this little crystal seashell. It's tiny. It's like 2 centimeters, but it's just this amazing thing that grows out of the sands in South Africa.